Just like
anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 1077. Oh, 77. Look at us. We're all like in the sevens. Lucky sevens and God's number.
on 420, which is also God's number.
God's number. Rasta God, Jah. Wait, is that Jah?
Jah, no.
God is Jah, right?
Oh, I don't actually know the god of Rastafarianism.
Oh, okay.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
How about a pastafarianism?
Pastafarianism is the great flying spaghetti monster.
Oh, that's right.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
So last night there was voter suppression
Hypothetically.
in New York. That's where you have your family. What? You don't live in New York? Then you just messed up my rhyme scheme. I was going to make a rhyme about that. Now I'm going to have to find some other word to rhyme with rhyme scheme. Crime scene.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
No, crime scene.
Oh,
No, all right, Scream is good too.
okay, that's fine.
Mike's
Have you watched it?
Daily
What's it called? The Scream?
Podcast.
Scream Girls or
Yeah.
Dream Girls.
No, there's some TV show about like a girl gets murdered every season, but it's a funny show. It's on Fox. Oh,
No.
okay. I watched a little bit of that last night on accident. Comcast says that, you can watch any TV show you want on our website. It redirects you to Hulu, and then there's commercials. That's not fair.
Yeah, that really isn't that fair, but at least you get to watch any show.
True, they did not lie about that.
Yeah. Like, I am fine with what... I watched all of the A-Team on Hulu.
Of that was the 80s show, huh?
Yeah. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun.
Mike Post did that. Mike Post also did, Believe It or Not, I'm Walking on Air.
We own the first season of The Greatest American Superhero, and my mom still loves that song.
It's just Greatest American Hero. But he is a superhero, you're right.
You're right. It's Greatest American Hero.
That, you have the whole freaking season?
First season, yeah.
I loved that show so much.
I'm walking on air.
The others, look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
It's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
Let's go outside. We're reading Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Alley. Look at what happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I was on top of the world. It should have been somebody else.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Oh, Hayley, I think you're a little bit flat.
No, Hayley was perfect. You were flat, disgruntled fiddle player.
You take that back.
Look who else just walked in.
Hello, Mike. I'm through. Brewmaster, I cut you.
Anyway, that was great, that little singing we just did.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
I know some other Mike Post facts. Would you like to hear them?
Mike Post. Who's that, by the way?
He's the guy who wrote the song, Believe It or Not, I'm Walking on Air. He didn't sing it. It was some other guy, but...
Did he also write Final Frontier?
Ah! Happy 420!
By the way.
At 4 minutes and 20 seconds in our little... Wait, Final Frontier?
Final Frontier, the theme song to...
Coffee.
Final Frontier, the theme song to...
Space movie?
Mad About You. It always had a similar vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
Tell me why I love you like I do. Tell me who. And something. I don't know.
Oh, Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
So much fun. We love that show. I need to go back and watch those shows.
It's nice.
Commercial free. I won't watch it if there's commercials.
I won't watch it.
I'm done with commercials. Hey, speaking of commercials,
Get
make
ad
sure...
block.
Ad block?
I mean, don't get ad block, listeners.
Click on the Amazon link and buy something through MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, and that helps us out.
Make sure you turn off ad block so you can see it.
No Mike Post also did Magnum PI theme. Dun 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 dun. And then A-Team, of course. Da 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 da. Mike Post also did we need near boom boom near Rockford Files.
Huh.
That was a catchy theme.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. Was that Rockford Files? Oh no, that
was
I'm thinking of Jesse
James
Stone.
Garner.
Yeah.
James Garner.
I was thinking of what's his face, Jesse Stone.
There's some serious synthesizer in that theme song, like early Moog situation going on.
I pulled up the
Pants.
Vice City.
Vice City.
No, Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
The Miami Vice theme the other day.
That's Jan Hammer.
That had some synthesizers.
Jan Hammer, yeah. And interesting drum work on that. It almost sounds like Phil Collins, because lots of tom-tom drums and ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum.
Yeah, a little bit. Speaking of tom-toms and that kind of a...
Yeah.
There's a video of a high school senior, and it's like the one thing he wanted to do before he graduated. He's like, he's like in
kiss a girl
in this band room, and you can just see all of these drums kind of lined up. The timpanis and toms,
timpanis and toms,
all like curved around in a row from largest to smallest.
Oh yeah.
And he just looks at the camera and he goes, you know the show. Shoot. You know the show Hawaii Five-O? It's got a theme song. It goes like this. And it takes them like 30 seconds to get through all the drums from highest to lowest. And then at the end, just boom, the music starts. It's
Hayley,
really clever.
You've seen some amazing videos. You showed me the video after we recorded of that actual Disney guy from Gravity Falls. It was very hilarious. He goes to Moscow, and they meet him at the airport entrance or the gate entrance, and they've got vodka, and they're pouring him vodka, and he's like, "What? We're doing this now?"
He just like takes off his jacket. He's like, "All right,
here we go." And he seems like a really cool kid. He's got his little beard. I don't know if he has a beard on the show. He probably was just growing one while he was flying all the way.
It's an animated show.
What?
It's an animated show because it's on the Disney Channel.
Oh, well, and then
he's the writer and one of the animators and the voice actor for a few characters.
We were discussing, what was that girl that was uber positive? Brit Nicole?
Brit Nicole, the person who had one song on popular music and then exists in Christian music mostly.
Gold. And then she raps in it. And this, how old's this song?
2012.
Okay, not that old.
Yeah.
And yet it sounded like a 90s song with the rap in the middle. And then I was showing Hayley how so many bands that shouldn't do that did that in the 90s, including Rush. And it is weird to see the rock band Rush doing a rap in the middle of their video. But they did it. Mm-hmm. There was also... Pearl Jam did it? No, they didn't do it. But that would have been funny.
Nirvana did it? No.
They didn't do that. We will not rap in the middle of our videos.
Nirvana did it in the MTV special. The guy playing, or the girl playing the cello just got up and started rapping in the middle of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
I think that's awesome that you remember that MTV Nirvana Unplugged, which spawned a couple of big hits, including their cover of The Man Who Ruled the World that David Bowie had written.
Yeah.
So, oh, damn it, I don't have my notes. I was going to bring up something. Oh, there's a note. It says, Mike, don't talk about your notes. Damn it. Okay, on Sunday, I did a full-on rant on the Sunday show.
No half rant?
It was a
Three-quarter rant.
It's a three-quarter rant.
It was the Capri equivalent of a rant.
Yes. Where I ranted about ministries. Yeah.
Ministries,
and now
more like misogynies.
Misogyny ministries. That could be it. I can't dial into the ire that I had on Sunday now, though.
Chauvinistic? Is that how you pronounce it?
Chauvinistic?
Chauvinistic.
Chauvinistic.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the current thing I'm upset about is a guy that we run who is he takes that verse about being subservient. Is that the word? Mm-hmm. Of why
subservient and submissive.
Mm-hmm. Wives being submissive to their husbands at home, and that they shouldn't go out and work. And he actually, when you walked in today, he was saying, this is a pre-recorded show, so he's not actually physically in this building.
Or
thankfully.
I would punch him.
But this guy, I won't say his name, but it rhymes with
Ron
Siddhartha.
Siddhartha.
Now that's bizarre. Because I just pulled out a Siddhartha as Buddha, and that would have been Buddhism, but he's totally the Bible-banging fundamental Christian type. Which, I'd like to take a sidetrack here and go, notice how many of the front-runners in our election year this year have no Southern accents. Only one is Ted Cruz.
Because he's Ted Cruz.
But you remember, like, in 2000... Al Gore and George W. both had Southern accents.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton had a Southern accent going up. No, Bob Dole doesn't. Anyway, a lot of Southern accents.
It's weird because his name sounds like he should.
His name makes me want to eat a banana. Dole.
And listen to Bob Hope.
Bob Hope. You know, this guy, Robert Smigel, he does the Triumph the Insult Comedy Dog that's on Conan. He used to do an impression of Donald Trump way back when Conan first started in the 90s. But he also did a Bob Dole impression, Robert Smigel, and he would start off his impression by going, "It's Dole, Dolly, Rolly, Dolly, Dole, Dole. It's Rob Dole, Bob Dole." And I thought that was the funniest thing. But that's not the kind of humor I have, Hayley.
That's funny. It always fascinates me that, like, people have been making fun of Donald Trump for 20 plus years.
Yeah. And now he's the front runner of the Republicans.
Yeah.
After the voter fraud.
Well, I don't know if it was on the Republican side.
Oh. Democrat side.
Hey, we were talking about misogyny in ministry.
Thanks.
Back when I used to go to church, a pastor actually spoke on the verse that said that it's the wording of the verse is a wife should have authority over her head. Like the man is and the wife should have the man's authority over her head. And this pastor actually took us through the translation of it.
Oh.
And this pastor showed us the Greek word that said that for the authority. And then the pastor took us through the other places in the Bible where that same Greek word was used. And this Greek word can be translated in a passive way or an authoritative way. And in every other place in the Bible, it's an authoritative way. And in this one, it was translated as a passive way. So indeed, if you take it in the same authoritative way as the other ones, it should mean a woman should have authority over her own head.
Versus
someone should have authority over the woman's head.
Oh! So Don Siddhartha is completely misinterpreting it.
Hypothetically, that was just this one pastor's interpretation of it. Mm-hmm. And if it's true that the translation was messed up, which I could totally believe, it means that the translators themselves were misogynistic, which I can believe.
Right.
You know?
Yes. We know the history of, well, indeed, the Catholics No women are allowed anywhere up in the higher echelons of the Vatican.
What a great word.
There was, however, Pope Joan, which is widely disputed, but apparently she was Pope. Nobody knew it was a woman until she gave birth.
Really?
On a horse.
Okay.
There's a History Channel thing about it.
That's amazing. I didn't know about that.
But I read a book about the popes, which I found fascinating, and the guy said that's pretty much not true. It's probably more myth, but I don't know. Could have happened. What?
Could have happened?
Huh?
If so, the people named Joan, as far as religion goes, not having a good history.
Joan of Arc.
Burned at the stake.
And then there was Jonah got swallowed by a whale. Mm-hmm. There was Joni on the block, who sang a song and had a big butt.
Yeah. That has something to do with religion.
I'm sorry.
And then Joan got exposed for giving birth on a horse.
I loved... J-Lo's talented. I don't have any... J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez. I don't have any of her albums, though.
I don't have anything against her, but she's all right.
She rapped in some of her songs.
I feel like I've only heard like one or two of her songs, and I think I prefer her acting.
Yeah, she does some good acting.
Mm-hmm.
I so want to run down the hall. I mean, I run out because we're outside right now. I want to run over to my car where I left my notes. Can I run over to my car and get my notes while you entertain the listener?
Sure.
Okay, there you go. Hayley's going to entertain you as I run down over to my car.
And now a joke. Two men were walking down the street.
All right, I'm back.
And the guy says, "What do you mean that wasn't a suitcase?"
Oh, I forgot to say we have some emails from email.
What?
Let's do that segment.
Oh my god!
Email for email and your calm and not so calm mess.
Of course, I don't have my email open here. Let me check. Open it up here on this computer screen on this tree.
Okay.
Because we're outside. And I have a tree. Because John Deere, the engineer, built a computer into this tree. And he's going to be in our podcast picture today.
You know that we live in a society where you can just pull out a laptop.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep typing into this keyboard that's inside this tree that John Deere made.
Okay.
Thanks for making that, John Deere. You're welcome. Hey, Hayley, how are you today?
I'm great. Did you like my joke?
It was hilarious. I especially liked the part where you made fun of all gnomes around the world. Because gnomes are scary.
They're not scary. They just need to be made fun of.
I was just making a joke. Did you enjoy it? Look at my computer, tree computer.
It's amazing.
We had a comment or two.
I'm surprised.
That's where they are? I have no idea. Okay. We had... Oh, first off, this person who wanted to put articles on my website and then give me money for it said, we changed our mind. Okay, thank you for that. The Go Ahead retweeted some of my posts. Henry River Honey listened to the podcast. Oh, here we go. It's right here. Somebody on Mixcloud called the Barbecue Show. They said, "Hi, Mike. Hey, Mike. Enjoyed the Richard Lynch interview." That was last week, Hayley. That was that one with the that was the country artist Richard Lynch.
Right. That was the one where the recording went bang.
Yeah. We were trying to record, Hayley and I, and it blew up, and then I brought in Richard Lynch. He was pre-recorded. I don't need to tell you all that part of that, but anyway, this is what they say. Hey, Mike, enjoyed the Richard Litch interview. Thanks. Bruce and Blankita. Her name's Blank. Is that even a name? Blankita?
It sounds like her parents just couldn't think of a name. They're like, I'm blank. I got nothing. Blank. Just my mind is blank. Okay, well, we'll name it blank. But what if it's a girl? Blankita. Who gives a f***?
So that's her name. And that's
Okay.
the barbecue show.
Maybe it's Blankita.
I was so excited about those 2 messages I got. That's the kind of world I live in. Oh, and then I found out that I'm a dork from someone we both know.
Mm-hmm. Who called you a dork?
Right back at you.
That same person was the one that showed me the Alex Hirsch video.
Ah, so she's contributed to the show. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing was, my website's still on the air.
No, it's not. It's on the internet.
See, I'm so radio. I think of on the air and, it's on the internet. That's what I meant. I'm embarrassed. My domain is what I use, right? And I was not going to pay them because they give me so much. They charge me so much. I give them so much money. And the auto renew was coming up, so I took all my auto renew things off and put it into manual so that they wouldn't be able to take money out of my credit card. I even took the credit card off my account. Somehow they were able to charge me.
That's really dumb.
So now I'm locked in with them for 2 more years.
Do you think the CEO likes to say, I'm the master of my domain?
So in my conversation that I posted on Sunday with Katie at the dog park, we were talking about the dogs, and I talked about she's got a mutt, and I go, that's a big mutt, and then I said, I like big mutts and I cannot lie. And she goes, Mike, did you just lead this conversation all the way over here so that you could make that joke? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Mel Brooks. Because Mel Brooks did that. He creates whole plot lines in his movies just to make a joke payoff an hour and 20 minutes into the movie.
That makes sense.
Just like you do, Hayley.
I do.
I accuse you. Jacques. French.
I've been watching way too much Perot.
And I was going to watch Star Wars. That was illegally downloaded and given to me. And no sound. No sound. There was no sound. And so I couldn't watch it because there was no sound. But it visually looked good. I didn't watch it, though. So I went back to watching Hercule Poirot. And Hayley is trying to make music but can't because Hayley is... I put the mute button on Hayley. I'll unmute Hayley now. Sounds beautiful. Mike posted that theme too.
No, he didn't.
I was so waiting for you to go, no, he didn't, and you did it! On 420.
Don't play me like that.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Mike Post wrote that too.
Actually, baby, don't do me like that.
Actually, no, it was a different Mike. Mike Campbell and Tom Petty. No, or just Tom Petty. I don't know. Kim Dopp. Remember I showed you Kim Dopp?
Kim Dopp? No.
Kim Dopp is an actress. Remember we were talking about acting and you did all these plays in that that little theater?
Okay, I thought you were actually talking about someone famous.
She's kind of famous locally. So in Irvington, there's a tiny theater above a coffee place that you did a show at, right?
Yeah. Is that Irvington?
Yes! Why do I always have to defend everything I say?
No, you might be right. I think you are right, but I've just lived in the city so long and I've never considered that Irvington. That's weird.
Now I can't trust a damn thing I believe anymore. Because he makes me question everything. question authority?
I don't know. It's just 5 corners to me.
Okay.
So at 5 corners, above a coffee shop.
And you did.
Winding my way down Baker Street.
Oh, look at you doing a little. Do, 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 do. Bow, bow.
Jerry Rafferty.
Thank you. It's gonna be his birthday this weekend, though he's dead.
Congratulations, dead.
What a great guy he was. Great music. So you did. Anyway, I bring her up simply because you guys both did shows in that tiny theater space in Irvington.
Bay Street.
5 corners, whatever.
They call it 5 corners because there are 5 corners in that one intersection.
That's weird. I thought it was because 5 states met in that one spot.
That's also true. It's the state of California, the state of California, the state of California, the state of California, the state of confusion.
Which is the state we're in.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The podcast picture has John Deere the engineer and I discussing something. And that's pretty much a show. Do you want to end it there, or
Yeah, sure.
is that a good place?
That sounds great to me.
Did you want to bring up anything else pressing? There was also the thing. Oh, check out Aurora and Lykke Li.
Oh yeah,
I was
sure
playing it. There's some good singers. I like them.
They're pretty good.
And I forgot Florence Welsh did that song with Calvin Harris.
With Calvin Harris. Yeah.
I like that song.
It's a great song. It's one of my favorite Calvin Harris songs aside from Born in the 80s.
You know, the Police had a song called We Were Born in the 50s. That's on their first album, the one that has So Lonely, So Lonely.
And Switchfoot, which we discussed episodes and episodes and episodes ago. Did the song
We were meant to live for so much more. And I tell myself, I interviewed that guy.
That's weird.
On the B95.1. Nice guy.
Yeah.
He brought in his guitar. Maybe I'll post that someday in the cassette cubbyhole. If you go to the cassette cubbyhole of MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, you will hear old interviews that I did with country singers, except that's not a country singer. That was more of a pop rock type guy.
What, Switchfoot?
Yeah, but
Christian music.
Yeah, but they crossed over.
Yeah.
A little
Not on
bit.
purpose.
On the adult contemporary. But nobody plays them anymore except the Christian stations.
Except the Christian stations, yeah.
Because they were like, oops, we forgot. They're Christian. We don't need to play them. Let's go back to playing Katy Perry 3,000 times an hour.
Not on adult contemporary. Oh, yes, on the adult contemporary, right.
There you go again!
I was thinking,
don't trust a thing I say.
alternative.
You have to disagree. Oh, I'm having flashes of my marriage. Wow. Everything I said she disagreed with, Hayley.
All right, I apologize. I am tired, and I am not thinking straight, so when you say something, it doesn't translate to being correct in my brain.
What do you call that when you have a flashback to something bad that happened? PT.
Well, if it's a traumatic experience and you relive it, like to an extreme, then it's PTSD.
Oh, so I shouldn't make a joke about that.
No, because that's a really serious thing.
How about I make a joke about PlayStation? That's PS. D.
PS4, PS3.
Oh, okay.
PSP. PS2.
And then what do women have?
Careers.
We're not going to go all Don Siddhartha right now. The PMS. So that's about it. They do have careers, and that's a good thing. I am so happy you listen to the show, no matter what gender you are. And if you have any comments, go to...
Please email us. Good night, dear.
That one right there. Or we'll have the lovely Ariel. By the way, Ariel's dad was the one that got me in touch with the band Henry River Honey. The two ladies, that Hayley and Tracy, which you can hear, that's a couple podcasts back. They sound great. Listen to that interview.
I think we're done here.
Okay. MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. And next show, we will have Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley, and other stuff. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You've been a great audience. Have a great night.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!